the Labour Party is under intense scrutiny as concerns mount over its approach to welfare spending. Keir Starmer, Labour's leader, is facing significant internal opposition after reports emerged suggesting that billions could be cut from welfare programmes if his party wins the next general election. The situation is fueling debates about Labour's economic strategy and its commitment to social welfare. In this video, we'll break down what's happening, why it matters, and what it means for the future of Labour's welfare policies. Stick around to the end, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Keir Starmer and his team have been working hard to present Labour as a fiscally responsible alternative to the Conservative government. After years of economic challenges, including inflation, public debt concerns, and the cost of living crisis, Labour is keen to show it can manage the country's finances responsibly. However, recent reports suggest that Starmer's leadership is considering cuts to welfare spending as part of a broader effort to balance the budget. This has sparked strong reactions, not just from political opponents but also from members of Labour itself, including trade unions and left-leaning MPs who see welfare as a cornerstone of the party's mission. Why the cuts? Labour's strategy explained. The primary reason for these proposed cuts appears to be Labour's commitment to strict fiscal discipline. Starmer and Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves have emphasised the need to avoid what they call unfunded promises. They argue that responsible governance requires tough choices that may involve reallocating resources or making reductions in certain areas. Labour's leadership believes that to win the next election, they must convince voters, particularly swing voters, that they can be trusted with the economy. Given the Conservative Party's frequent attacks on Labour's spending history, Starmer's team sees fiscal discipline as a key element of their electoral strategy. However, this pragmatic approach is clashing with the expectations of Labour's traditional base. Many activists, trade unions, and MPs are questioning whether these cuts would undermine the very people Labour seeks to represent. The growing rebellion within Labour. Reports indicate that several Labour MPs are deeply concerned about the direction the party is taking. Figures from the left of the party argue that cutting welfare would betray Labour's commitment to social justice, particularly at a time when many families are struggling to make ends meet. Trade unions, which provide significant financial and political backing to Labour, have also expressed discontent. Some union leaders are warning that support for Labour could weaken if the party appears to be prioritising fiscal restraint over social protections. Moreover, members of Labour's grassroots movement are urging Starmer to reconsider. They argue that an electoral victory should not come at the cost of abandoning Labour's core values. This internal pressure is growing, and how Starmer navigates this conflict will be crucial in the coming months. How this compares to Conservative policies. Interestingly, the debate over welfare spending isn't happening in a vacuum. The Conservative government has already implemented various welfare cuts and stricter benefit rules. If Labour follows a similar path, some voters may struggle to see a clear difference between the two major parties. Rishi Sunak and the Conservatives have framed welfare reform as necessary for reducing dependency on state aid and encouraging employment. If Labour also embraces spending cuts, critics argue it risks reinforcing the Tory narrative rather than offering a distinct alternative. However, Labour supporters counter that their approach would be more balanced, aiming to protect the most vulnerable while ensuring economic stability. Whether that argument convinces voters remains to be seen. What happens next? Labour's leadership is now at a crossroads. Will they stick to their fiscally conservative approach, or will they adjust their policies in response to internal pressure? Starmer faces a delicate balancing act. If he commits to keeping welfare cuts on the table, he risks alienating traditional Labour voters and party activists. If he backs down, critics may accuse him of lacking a clear economic plan. The coming months will be key as Labour refines its election manifesto. The party conference, expected later this year, could be a flashpoint where members push for clearer commitments on welfare spending. This debate raises important questions about Labour's future direction. Should Keir Starmer prioritise fiscal discipline, or should he reaffirm Labour's traditional commitment to welfare protections? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on the latest political developments, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.